From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Millar begins now.
Well, the curtain has fallen on Marion Bay's iconic Falls Music Festival, with organisers making the decision to cancel the Tasmanian leg of the event. While many are disappointed, tourism and entertainment organisations say it's a chance to be bold and embrace new opportunities.
It's an event many considered a pilgrimage. For 17 years, thousands descended on Marion Bay for a mix of music and mateship.
Oh, just the music, have a bit of fun with friends and good food. Yeah. It's great, yeah.
It was really tidy in the family area. Yeah. We had a great time.
But this year, the Bay will be silent, with Falls Festival organisers switching it off. Describing the news as one of mixed feelings, they've thanked locals for their support, saying the location will always have a place in their hearts. For many, it's the end of an era.
It's the great Tassie reunion because people come from all over the country, come back to Tasmania for Christmas, stay on for Falls, reconnect.
We're absolutely devastated. We grew up going to Falls, and that's actually one of the reasons that we started doing what we're doing.
However, Mr. Martin isn't surprised, saying economic realities ended the party.
That they have the opportunity to put on far more commercially viable events in other parts of the country.
Also leaving a hole in the income of many local businesses. The industry says there's still a market for top-class gigs.
There's a thirst for it. It works for our brand. And indeed, we have an extraordinary venue at Marion Bay to do it.
VIBESTOWN also confident new ideas will develop.
I've had lots of conversations with many event organisers, and there's lots of new ideas coming around.
The state government says it will work with the industry on any new opportunities. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Veronica Kostorfen was both a heavy drinker and smoker, according to evidence produced in Natalie Marr's trial. The defence says all causes of death are still on the table and are asking the jury to acquit the 48-year-old of her mother's murder.
It was in this Keene Street house that Natalie Marr allegedly murdered her mother, Veronica Kostorfen, in October 2019. Today, in closing submissions by the defence, the jury was shown the small square pillow that it's alleged Ms Marr smothered her mother with. Defence counsel Evan Hughes saying, "I'd ask you to consider how reasonably possible it is a person wielding this object would be capable of taking someone's breath for up to 10 minutes as they struggle and try to preserve their life. We say that is not probable." Also arguing the Crown had not sufficiently ruled out the possibility Ms Kostorfen had suffered a medical episode, ended her own life, or been killed by another person. Mr Hughes posited that the cause of death could not be shown due to extensive decomposition before police found her body. He made mention of the 71-year-old's smoking habits, her stress due to the strained relationship with her daughter and her family history of stroke, saying it's reasonable and possible that she had one. Ms Kostorfen was also suffering from depression according to medical records produced in court. There is evidence on this trial that she had thoughts and discussions about taking her own life, partly due to her losing her sight. However, the defence did not have an alternate theory as to how Ms Kostorfen's phone had ended up with Ms Marr in WA on October 5, 2019. Justice Pearce will address the jury tomorrow before they go out to deliberate. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's quarantine system is again under fire after a man escaped on the way to the Travelodge Hotel. And as the state prepares to open borders on December 15, business groups are warning strict COVID testing measures could have dire consequences for the economy.
A 25-year-old man is the latest to cause headaches for authorities after allegedly fleeing security as he was transported to the Travelodge Hotel yesterday afternoon, on the run for half an hour before he was caught by police.
This man had a positive COVID test. We may have been put back into lockdown again. So the government needs to get this right. There's clearly weaknesses in our hotel quarantine system, and they've had enough time to get it right.
Our system is working. We've only had a small handful of issues.
Just under 14,500 people have entered Tasmanian hotel quarantine, but as the state government prepares to reopen the borders in a month's time, business groups are warning the cost of mandatory testing could heavily impact tourism.
This is a massive uncertainty for people. We know they're not booking because of it.
Rapid antigen testing is really effective and, a simple way to go, a much more cost-effective way to go. So instead of a cost of around about $1,000 for a family of 4 or 5, it's a cost of around about $80.
According to the state government, pre-travel testing will only be in place for up to 4 weeks, particularly for people coming from high-risk areas, and the cost of a test will differ depending where it's taken. The impact of that decision will become clear after December 15. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmanian News.
Hospitality venues in Launceston could be in for a surprise visit this week, with Fair Work inspectors dropping in to crack down on wage theft. Around 30 businesses are in line for an audit to catch out employers who underpay their workers or falsify records, among other breaches. It comes after the Fair Work Ombudsman received a number of tip-offs about dodgy dealings in the Greater Launceston region. Companies caught out could face fines of up to $66,000. Choosing what career path to take after finishing school can be daunting, but some Tasmanian students now have a much clearer picture of what's involved in hospitality. Students went face-to-face with staff at Launceston's Country Club to hear about a range of pathways, including as a chef or in groundskeeping.
It's good to learn what people do here and get to see everyone behind the scenes and how they do it.
It's just really cool to learn about their stories and what they didn't know what to do until they came here, I guess.
The Beacon Foundation is helping organise the sessions, which also expose students to construction, manufacturing and community service careers. A broken water main on a busy North Hobart strip caused headaches for peak hour motorists this morning. Taswater was undertaking repairs at the corner of Federal and Elizabeth Streets before 9 o'clock. Drivers were asked to avoid the area before water was restored around midday. Tasmanian Labor has slammed the state government over an audit of TAFE, which it argues will see the sector stripped of funds. It comes as the Education Minister launches a trial of numeracy coaches in schools, aiming to improve maths skills and passion for the subject.
The students at Queechee High School are counting their lucky stars, part of a pilot program to boost numeracy levels. For grade 7 aspiring engineer Charlie Reese, having a numeracy coach has made all the difference.
It's pretty good because in primary school I was kind of good at maths, so now doing bigger subjects, the teachers are helping me improve my maths.
Giving students one-on-one help when they need it.
If we're stuck or anything, he pretty much explains how to do it and just shows us how.
And it's working, fostering a love for maths among students.
What we're now seeing, those high levels of engagement within the classrooms. Sometimes engagement is hard to measure. It's around the attitude they have to learning and the way that they actually problem solve, which has been the focus of our work with the numeracy coach.
The program is part of a wider investment in education for both primary and secondary students, with funding up until 2025. But Labor says the same can't be said for TAFE, fearing a recently announced audit will see cuts to vocational training.
Hiring consultants for an audit for TAFE facilities is code for selling off assets.
This audit is simply a way so that we can understand the state of the assets that we have and look at the most strategic way to invest in them.
Elizabeth O'Neill, 7 Tasmania News.
Tourism and hospitality businesses are teaming up to deliver items to Tasmanians in need this Christmas as part of the Hobart City Mission Toy and Food Drive. The organisation putting the call out for more donations.
Most of us in the community, Christmas is a time of families, a time of joy and celebration, and to be able to give them a little bit of that and a little bit of hope in the lead up to Christmas is so incredibly important.
Last year, 800 families were supported by the initiative.
A surprise contender is putting its hand up to join the Tasmanian State League. East Devonport is plotting a path to the premier competition in 2023 and has one of Tasmania's biggest clubs firmly in its corner. Historically, Girdleston Park hasn't been considered the centrepiece of coastal football, but that could soon change.
It'll be a team for all players on the coast.
East Devonport is weighing up a tilt at the State League. The club boasts brand new change rooms and lighting, is located close to the rapidly growing Shearwater and Latrobe, and unlike many grounds in the northwest, the surface isn't hampered by a cricket pitch or a bike track.
The ground is in fantastic condition. We're close to transport hubs.
The bid may seem audacious given East Devonport has never been part of a statewide competition and its senior side is currently in recess, but the club argues it has a clean slate to reinvent itself and fill the void left by Burnie and Devonport's withdrawal from the TSL.
And with the impending arrival of a Tasmanian team in the AFL, every young player will want to get their chance to play at that level.
Crucially, the idea has a key backer.
I think that there's a real appetite for aspirational footballers on the northwest coast to play in the state's top flight football competition.
North Hobart President Craig Martin is impressed by Girdleston Park's facilities and says East Devonport is well run and worthy of inclusion.
In the interests of football in Tasmania, all the current TSL clubs are very, very supportive of a team from the northwest being in the Tasmanian State League.
East Devonport stresses the idea is in its very early stages and depends on the State League continuing beyond 2023. But the Swans are on track to seize the day.
We've got the expertise, we've got the facilities, we've got council support, we've got sponsorship support.
And finally in basketball, the Jack Jumpers head coach says both he and the players are ready to get on the court. The team is now just 10 days away from their first hit out at MyState Bank Arena. After months of training with just each other, Scott Roth says the players are raring to test themselves against the rest of the competition.
They're tired of beating each other up. It's good to see some other faces and just see where we're at. And it'll give us a good test of just where we're at moving forward.
Everything's kind of coming full swing and we're ready to go. I know everybody's itching to play somebody other than our own teammates.
Their first opponent will be four-time NBL champion, the Adelaide 36ers.
Good evening. Launceston's 23, the warmest today as conditions improve from yesterday. Hobart 18, Burnie and Devonport 19 degrees. Bushy Park warmed up to 22, Grove 20, Strawn, Flinders Island and Friendly Beaches 19, Low Head, St Helens and Lyre 17, King Island 16. Some clouds stuck to the north and northeast today and over Flinders Island, most of the state clear though. Middle level cloud extends from southeast Queensland to our northeast, some regions of upper level cloud over the Northern Territory and northern WA. Tomorrow a high over the Tasman Sea extends a ridge over Tasmania. A broad trough is over the mainland with the cold front crossing over southern WA. Winds moving towards a more southeast northeast direction tomorrow at 15 to 25 knots, lighter winds over the west and inland. Now here's how it's shaping up for tomorrow. Hobart partly cloudy and 21, fine for Huonville 22, Campania a bit of fog clearing, 22 in the afternoon. Same for Launceston, but a shower developing later. 19 for Devonport, an afternoon shower for Georgetown as well, 21 the maximum. Burnie expecting 18 degrees, a shower on the way, partly cloudy for Strawn, 21 the top, possible shower for Wynyard, 19 the high there. St Helens a shower or two, 17, 17 for Swansea, partly cloudy for Port Arthur, 18. Now the maximum UV expected tomorrow will be a very high 8. On Saturday, showers over the north extending statewide during the day. West to southwest winds on Sunday, showers over many districts but easing, and on Monday showers developing over the west, far south and the Tiers in the afternoon. Further north and 22 in Perth tomorrow, a fine sunny 29 in Adelaide, an afternoon shower forecast for Melbourne, 24 the top, rain for Canberra and Sydney and 25 in Brisbane with a shower or two. Sunny in Hobart, cooling down to 14 degrees at the moment, partly cloudy in Launceston, 19 right now and 16 in Devonport. And congratulations, Kim, backing the winner of the Oaks today. The horse I had, well, the jockey on that horse took a diary of the trip, it was so slow.
Not bad. Better luck next time. That's all your news for now. We'll be back later with updates, but thanks for joining us. Good night.